coming to you from Dallas, Texas. And I'm so excited to be on here today and talking to you about some things that are close and dear to my heart. And I really want to ask you this question. Are you a contrarian? You're saying, well, what does that mean? Well, a contrarian is a person who deliberately behaves in a way that is different from the people around them. And I really want to get into some of these things today so that you can have, you can multiply your business and live a great life no matter what is going on in it. And here's what I would say to you right now. If you're watching this, you better zag when everyone is zigging, or you will end up in the same place as the rest of the world. You say, well, what are you talking about, Diane? What do you mean? Well, here's the thing. It's time. If you're in limbo, it's time to start moving, especially right now. And at the Alliance, we're moving so fast together. And today, I'm going to share with you how to manifest anything you want in any environment. How about that? And here's what I know. A lot of times people think the basics and fundamentals are boring. And in this time environment that we're in, boring works. But what if it can't be boring anymore because you have to reinvent yourself? We've had to change things, right? But with the power of the Alliance, the reason why we're moving so fast is everybody's sharing their successes and what they tried, what worked, didn't work, because we're in a climate that we're changing. And because we're all working together, this is allowing us to grow even faster in times when everybody is just sitting there in limbo. And I don't want that to be you. Okay? So let's talk about this today. I decided, I was talking to Andy and I said, in the Lampe organization, we're going through Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, one of my favorite books. And I've been trained by the best and the greatest regarding Think and Grow Rich. And through the Napoleon Hill Foundation, I went through a lot of training. It was like a 2-year course to be even able to go through all this to do it. But it's so dear to my heart because it really changed my life. And if you go back and you talk to people that are uber successful, they'll tell you one of their top books is this book, Think and Grow Rich. So if you've never read it before, I'm hoping that by the time we get done talking today here, that you are going to grab that book and not just read it. I hope that you'll study it. I know Andy has studied this book. I have studied, and all the top leaders in our business in the Alliance have studied this book. But today I want to talk about faith. Everything you want or need is trying to happen to you. That's in chapter 3 of faith. And one of the things I want to talk about in the book, it says, faith is the head chemist of the mind. So we're going to talk about these things right now. And it's time to double down with your time, your money, and have a different mindset. And what I hope that you'll be encouraged to do by the time we're done today is do this, because Andy has been putting so many great things in front of us so we can change fast and go and grow. And we're doing it. And I want to make sure that those of you that are on here today are doing it too. So what is that? Listen, study, learn, model. Listen, study, learn, model. And the model has evolving every day, if you notice, right? And that's what we do here. We move fast. All right. So in this lesson alone contains an entire philosophy of life of sufficient proportions. This is what I love, because I'm that person, to enable the average person to convert failure to success. Okay, so if you're one of those that are saying, oh man, it's so tough out there, what am I going to do? This will change everything for you. And really, it serves as the connecting link in the application of the principles of the mastermind and definite chief aim and definite aim. And that is also in the book, Think and Grow Rich. Here it is right here. There's 13 principles in there. And when Napoleon Hill wrote this book, actually, this is the Cliff Notes from The Law of Success. The Law of Success was written in I'm going to give you a little history here. Sorry. The Law of Success was written in 1928. And that book has got 17 principles in it. And it's about 2,000 pages. So not everybody's going to get in to pick that book up. So this is kind of the Cliff Notes. I've done masterminds and taught masterminds using the Law of Success. And I've done them using Think and Grow Rich. And every time that I've done them, everybody increases, not everybody, the people that apply it and start and finish it increase their income. Some 10 times, some 20, 100, whatever it is, because it depends how much you immerse yourself in this. So we're going to talk about that today. And I wanted to read this. I thought, if I have these slides here to keep me on track, but I really start talking about the book and I just get right into it, and because I'm so passionate about it. Well, one of the things he says here is faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion. So we're going to talk about that too today. So everything you want or need is trying to happen to you, and it will begin happening to you the moment you learn to say yes to things and conditions that have not yet become a reality. So what does that mean? I'm going to tell you that. You must not simply have faith. You must use it. Andy talks about it all the time. What do you want? How do you get it? And that's why I thought this is perfect to talk about this. But it comes with seeing the end in mind. What does that look like? How do you see that happening for you? What does the end of the year look like? What does all the, anything look like that you want? You've got to see the end in mind first before you can make it happen. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. So I just read that, right? See, I just love this stuff. I just go right ahead of the slide sometimes. I'm so sorry. But I'm hoping that you'll get what I'm trying to share with you today, because it was a game changer for me. And I live by this every day, okay? So it's not what happens to you. It's how you react to what happens to you that matters, right? So there's a lot of people sitting frozen. But not you. You're on here right now. Not you. You're on all the great events that Andy put in place so that you can grow right now. Because you have a choice. You could sit there and Netflix binge all day long and then be like I started. You won't be the contrarian, right? I'm hoping that you're going to be the contrarian, and you're the one that will do what? You'll get through this and thrive. Thrive is the word. So repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. So what I want to share here is this. Find my page here because I have it starred. I have all these things. And I know when you look at books that Andy has read, I can't tell you how many times I've read this book. Every time I read this book, I use a different form of highlighting it, underscore it, so I can tell how many times I've gone in here and looked at it. Because each time I'll pick up something different. They say it takes 7 times to really immerse yourself in a book, like get it 95%. So people that just read a book and say, I got it, I'm sorry. Andy will tell you that too. So let's talk about this. This is interesting. I want to tell you this because you're going to get this. When men first come into contact with crime, they abhor it. If they remain in contact with crime for a time, they become accustomed to it and endure it. If they remain in contact with it long enough, they finally embrace it and become influenced by it. That's on the flip side. So we can take that and use it to the good, right? All thoughts which have been emotionalized, given feeling, and mixed with faith begin immediately to translate themselves into their physical equivalent or counterpart. So I thought about this. when I was looking at this, here's the thing. I know there's a sheet on this. Okay. I just said that. Watch. This page right here. Hopefully this is not you. I know it's not you because you're on here. You want to learn more. You know what I love about Andy? He's a lifelong learner, and so are a lot of the leaders. And hopefully you are too. But when I read this, I'm going to read you the excerpt from the book, okay? And think about this. There are millions of people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent. Bam! That's crazy, right? That's what most people do. Because a lot of us, we're going to get knocked down and we're going to get picked up, but it's how fast you get back up that matters. Some people will never get back up. Some people will get up faster than others. So I'm hoping by today that you get this faith inside of you that this is the biggest opportunity for you right now. Okay? Oh, can you tell I'm passionate about this subject? I mean, this thing, I could go on and talk about all these chapters for hours. So I'm not going to let it get away from me. Don't worry. So, all right. So let's think about this. All right. Let's talk more about faith. Remember, I just said it's because their negative belief is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent. See how I'm going in front of these slides? Because I know them so well, but I wanted to make sure I stayed on track for you. All right. Your belief of faith is the element which determines the action of your subconscious mind. Okay. This is how you can eliminate a lot of things. Like have faith in yourself, faith in the infinite. So faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Whoa. Think about that. And faith is the only known antidote for failure. What does that mean? Because sometimes we lose faith in ourselves, right? But if we don't continually get those affirmations and keep our goals and our dreams in front of us, think about it. That's what Andy's doing all the time. He's guiding all of us through this. What's going on? Hey, guys, if you haven't known, there's a lot of different things going on in the world right now. So you can either make a choice of sit there and get run over, or you're going to go. You know, some people will watch it happen, wonder what happened, or make it happen. You can make some great things happen now. And if you reading in the book of Think and Grow Rich, right? In that book, he talks about some of the most successful people in the time of crisis and what was going on, where they made millions in insurance. Why? Because most people right now are thinking about that. What if it's me? What if I don't make it? What's going to happen to my family if I don't? What if somebody gets really sick, and now what are we going to do? Right? And now people that may have said no to you before will probably say yes to you now. Think about it. It's crazy, right? This is big. This is big. I love this page. This is the most important thing you can get. Conduct yourself just as you would if you were already in possession of the material thing which you are demanding. So what does that mean? Well, if you don't have any dreams and goals and all you're thinking of is just paying your bills, that's what you're going to get. So you've got to think about the things that you want. Remember, I started this about seeing the end in mind. What are the things that you want for your family, your church, your going to tithe, you want to help other people, you want to make a difference. The reason why I love the Alliance, I've been here for 14 years and I've made millions of dollars. And here's why. Because that tagline is so true about what we do. We have fun, we make money, and we make a difference. People need us more than ever right now. Right now. And so this is when you've got to get your faith going in yourself so you can make some great things happen. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more. This is big. Maybe I have it on my next page. I don't know. I'm just going to keep going. It is a well-known fact that one comes finally to believe whatever one repeats to oneself, whether the statement is true or false. So if you keep telling yourself negative things about yourself, I can't do this, it's too hard, I'm never going to be successful, all of a sudden you're going to just believe it. And so what I'm telling you, no, be the contrarian. Don't listen to everybody else. I've never listened to anybody else. Some people will tell me that too, because I wanted to be the contrarian. I didn't want to be like the other people. Neither do you. That's why you're here. That's why you joined the alliance. That's why you're going to change lives. That's why you're going to do great things. That's what we do. Okay. All right. This is big. Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force which attracts from the vibration of the ether other similar or related thoughts. Okay, thoughts are things. So what happens is when you say something negative, your brain, studied the brain, there was this book called The Biology of Belief. You don't want to read that. It's a long book by Bruce Lipton, and it's really a tough read. But he talks about that because you've got your conscious, your subconscious, and your super subconscious, and how they all play. And you've got this little filing cabinet in your brain. So when you say something negative, it's going to build on it. You don't want that, right? So we don't want that to happen to you. That's why I'm talking about having the faith and getting that faith back in order. Okay? All right. So you're not going to like this either. We are what we are because of the vibrations of thought, which we pick up and register through the stimuli of our daily environment. So that's why when Andy talks about and the leaders talk about the negative people, the dream stealers, the people that are getting in your ear. Now, you don't realize people are getting in your ear because they drip, drip, drip on you. It's only, think about this. When you were a kid, or maybe you have a kid, or you've seen a kid. Okay, here's what happens. Let's say this child is really good and you did a great job of teaching them and training, helping them and mentoring them. As a parent, you love them so much. And then they start hanging out with these other kids. And they say, Mom and Dad, you taught me so much. Don't worry, I'm not going to become like them. You taught me better than that. And it's the drip, drip, drip. And you don't notice it right away. And then all of a sudden, they're over there with those kids, maybe doing bad stuff, right? So that's the same thing. When our families love us, and I'm not picking on families, okay? We all have them, but they love us, but they sometimes give us those things they know how to make us question ourselves, or they know how to, they think they're loving on us, but really it kind of hurts us because it's those little drips of the negativity. That's why, to keep our faith growing in ourselves, that we can have whatever we want in life, we got to stay strong. And give you an example, just like me. I was sharing this today, or is it yesterday? Yesterday. All these days are running together. I have what I call I put my armor on every morning. I promise you, Andy puts his armor on. The leaders what does that mean? I put my armor on because I'm not going to let anybody get me off track or get me going in all different directions. That's when you can get focus. And that's when you can build big things and you can help a lot of people. So I'm going to just kind of be transparent with you. I mean, this is what I do. I don't know what you do. You might have your routine, but I hope you have a routine so you can get that armor on and go like this every day when all these other things are coming at you, so that until you have to resolve to throw off the influences, because this allows you to build your own life. Okay. Just like for me, I start out with the Bible. I mean, that's what I have every morning before I even talk to anybody, before I look at my emails, text, anything. I'm putting on my armor. That's my armor for me. And then I listen to a podcast of some good readings and things like that. And then I go to my affirmations, and we're going to talk about that too. I have my daily affirmations. I'm not letting anybody throw me off from my day. I know what I want, because the night before I made a decision of what I'm going to do, what I did right, what I didn't do better. So I'm ready to go. And so I'm sharing that with you because I want to be transparent, because I feel like a lot of times, well, we want to do this stuff, but we don't know what to do. I don't know what it's going to be for you. I know what it was for me. So I just kind of wanted to share that to you. Okay. Riches begin in the form, got a typo there, of thought. Okay. Riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. Wow. Anything about that? Okay. So we're the ones that put the lid on ourselves, actually, right? But faith removes limitations. I.e., what do I want? How do I get it? Right? Because it removes those limitations, and it allows people to do great things that you would never expect people to do, right? That's how this works. It starts with faith in yourself, faith in everything you're doing. I got to go. I got the book upside down. I'm having fun doing this. You have to understand. I just love this, because I know I'm so excited that I'm sharing this with you, because this could change everything for you. It did for me. All right. I did that part. Let's see. So you got to work on yourself, right? And there's a self-confidence formula. So I want to talk about that a little bit. In the book, there is a self-confidence formula. And I'm going to talk about that right now, so you can think about that for yourself. Because there's 5 different, there's first one, I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. And then it goes through that, and talks about number 2 is the dominating thoughts. Number 3, it talks about the development of self-confidence. I'm not going to go through these because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these, because what I'd really like to do is have you pick up the book and think about that for you. Right? Because I'm sharing this with you, but I'm hoping I'm going to show you how you can create that for yourself. There's 5 steps to the formula. I have a copy of it. I'll have to get with NAA if they want to put it into a PDF or what, but there's a formula, but it's in the book. So if you pick up the book, it's going to be right there. Pick up that self-confidence formula and do it. So here's our greatest liabilities. Take inventory of mental assets and liabilities. You will discover that your greatest weakness is lack of self-confidence. So if you're right now, you're saying to yourself, yeah, Diane, I know I can do this, but I'm struggling with picking up the phone, or I'm struggling to do that. This will help you. And immersing yourself with all the positive people we have in the alliance, and how we're all working together for the good of each other. Remember, high tides raise all ships. High tides raise all ships, right? So let's talk a little bit more about other things that will help you move forward. I was thinking about this the other day. All impulses of thought have a tendency to clothe themselves in their physical equivalent. See, our mind, our subconscious mind, that's the chemical laboratory, by the way, which all thought impulses are combined. It works with the material we feed it through our thought impulses. So whatever you feed in, so think about that thing, junk in, junk out, right? We've always been told that, junk in, junk out. And so that's what happens to sometimes to people and they don't even realize it. And that's why immersing yourself right now more than ever with positive people, with listening to the different trainings that are going on right now, to going on Albright Communications, with going on the trainings like this and the other leaders that are doing. They're opening it up for you. And it's why? It's to get that faith, so you to feel that faith that you can do it. Why not you? Why not now? So that when you get up in the morning, you're on go. You're not on, oh, I stayed up too late last night. I'll sleep an hour later because I don't have to go into work, right? This should be the moment that you say, I can do it. I can take over. I can do great things while everybody else is sleeping. See, I'm usually the contrarian. I am the contrarian, especially in December when a lot of people, they shut down. And like, nobody's going to do anything, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. That's when I speed up. So don't slow down now, speed up. And see, it's whatever you sell yourself. Because some people say, well, no one's going to want to talk to me because they're all worried about this. Yeah, they're worried about this. That's why they want to talk to you, right? So that's why you've got to be thinking differently. Being that contrarian so that you can have whatever you want in life and in this world. And you can manifest whatever you want in any environment. And as this environment, to me, is the perfect storm. I don't like what's going on out there, neither do you. But this is what's going on. And I remember back in 2008, a lot of you guys know it wasn't pretty in 2008. And a lot of us leaders, that was an awesome year for our income. Because why? We became the contrarians once again. So now what it's forced us to do is get uncomfortable. But when you get uncomfortable, you figure ways to make things happen if you really get in there and get after it. Because it forces, look at what we're doing right now, right? We're mastering things. We're going out there. We're breaking numbers. We're recruiting like crazy because there are those of us that have the faith. They're going to do it anyway. That's what having the faith is, doing it anyway, even when others just don't want to. And then they're going to say to you, when all this goes over and you're sitting there and you're going to Thailand and you're going on all these trips, they're going to say, you're so lucky. Was it luck or really was it faith? It was faith. It's faith in yourself, faith in the system, faith in making it happen, even when there's people telling you all this. I really don't watch the news. I don't know. I find out from other people. They'll tell me on the phone what's going on because I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to help everyone in the alliance. And Andy especially. That's how I feel about this. And I'm so glad I can share some of this stuff with you because it's so dear to my heart. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about faith. Okay. I want to talk about this law of autosuggestion, okay? This is what we're talking about. Doing the autosuggestion, you are going to keep those things in front of you. Like I said, I have my affirmations. Do I just say them once in the day? And I say them with conviction. I say them as if they already happened. And that's how I've done it for years, guys. This is nothing new for me. It works. I promise you that Andy Albright has done that. He saw the alliance where it is now. And I see what he sees already for the next 10 years, 20 years. I know what he sees, and I want to be part of that. And a big part of it. And the only way I can is to keep that faith, right? So you got to keep that faith moving and don't stop. All right. Here's the thing. So the emotion of love in the human heart and brain creates a favorable field of magnetic attraction, which causes an influx of the higher and finer vibrations of which are afloat in the ether. It goes with everything. We do a lot of this stuff for our family, right? It drives us, but we have to have the faith. There's a poem in here I want to read to you. I hope you don't mind me boring. I hope this isn't boring. I hope it's exciting you as much as it is me, because I know that this could change everything for you. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all a state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. Bam. Right? Everything is based on faith and cooperation, right? And that's why I know the Alliance is going to win and win big. And you can be a huge, huge part of it. And how do you do that? By this, okay. It talks about being in change in the book. It talks about how things change and changing with them, right? It says, business is due for a reform. Make no mistake about this. The methods of the past based upon economic combinations of force and fear will be supplemented by better principles of faith and cooperation. Men who labor will receive more than daily wages. They will receive dividends from the business, the same as those who supply the capital for business. And what it's talking about here is giving it your all every day. Because look at, Andy talks about it right now. What better time to do that than right now? See, because riches begin first in the form of thought. In the form of thought. And I'm hoping what I'm telling you will make some significant changes for you, because remember what I said in the beginning about being the contrarian. That's exactly what the Alliance is doing right now. We're going out there and making big things happen. If you are interested in that success formula, it's in the Think and Grow Rich book. Now, look, I get this book from the foundation because I want to support the foundation. That's where I got it. You can get the book online. Looks like that. And then there's another book that has a workbook that has the success formula in it about how to work on it. But if you want to know more about it, just go in the book and work on this success formula. It'll really help you get that faith and get it strong so that you can have whatever you want in life. This is just not for right now. This is for life. This will carry you forward. I've been studying him since the year 2000. long time. And I've read a lot of his books and trained a lot of different things. And the things that I know, this stuff works if you work at it, if you study it. So when you're going through all this stuff now today, when you get off of here right now, make a decision that you're going to have faith, that you're going to go after it. Get with your leader and say, oh my goodness, I just listened to Faith and the Think and Grow Rich book. I want to change. I want to make great things happen. Let's start with the end in mind. Let's redo my goals. Let's figure out how many people I'm going to talk to a day. I'm going to get 40 appointments this week. I'm going to do what other people are just not doing. I can do it. Why not me? Why not now? Guys, that's what this is all about. This is about being able to make changes in your life right now, any moment of time. It's your decision. Do it now. Make changes. Come join us. We're going to be on the beaches of the world. We're going to look back at this experience right now and say, I'm better for it. Think about that. Are you going to just say, oh, that was really good. I enjoyed watching this. And then Diane really talked about a lot of great things about faith. Or am I going to go do something about it? Am I going to make some changes right now? To me, now or right now, as Andy said, right now would be great. It's our time. Let's do it. Let's go on the beaches of the world. Like I said, thank you for listening. Get the book out, study it. Look, listen, study, learn, model. Bam. Let's go. Have a great day, guys. Bye.